Let's talk about college. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This episode has been something that I have been thinking deeply about for some time. This story and episode has affected me in ways that I didn't think it would have. As you may know from the last episode, I thought that starting college would give me a fresh start when it came to making friends and just in general. I didn't have any expectations for how I thought college would be, but I knew it would be a bit hard because of the curriculum and the fact that I was a nursing major. My first semester was insane. I believe I had about 16 credits and school every day. I promise you I would wake up every morning around 4 something just to drop my daughter off and go take a train to school for 8 o'clock class. It was crazy. I joined this group of girls who ended up making even smaller cliques within the group, and that left me to be by myself. I backed up and out of that group because I just didn't want them to drag me along. The classes were really hard if you didn't have a group of people to work with. I will admit, I failed my first exam for anatomy and physiology, and it broke my heart. I believe I actually got the lowest score. I didn't give up though. I asked for help from the professor and she just turned, looked at me and said, "What you need to do is calm down," and walked away. I was lost, unsure as to why she wouldn't help me. But when other students asked her, she helped. I continued to not give up as many people from the class were dropping the class and changing majors. I decided to join this other group of girls. There were just 2 of them, and it did really help me. It lifted my spirits up of not being alone, and it also helped me and challenged me since they were struggling the same ways, and we could all help each other with the exams or with anything in lab, something we were struggling in. We would get on Zoom and teach each other things and really try to bounce off ideas from each other's heads. I would continue to pass the other exams, but just barely. It's not like I failed, but in my head, coming from high school where I was always doing so good and always at the top of my class, it just wasn't enough. And I know a lot of people struggle with that, wanting to be enough, wanting to be the best, but it's really hard when you get in college. Not to discourage anybody who still has that goal, it's possible. But at the time, it didn't seem like something I could achieve. Well, although I had just been barely passing the class, eventually I didn't pass it and was essentially left back. It wasn't entirely my fault, though. This professor had favoritism towards a certain group of people and always turned the other way when I came for help. It hurt so bad. I felt like a failure. I will say once again that I did not give up. I continued with pursuing my major while still behind my original graduating class. Because I failed the class, I wasn't able to continue the classes that came after that one, like anatomy and physiology too, since I didn't pass anatomy 1, and so on, the classes that come after it. I want to make a note that I wasn't given any support or help when it came to the situation of me failing. I went to my advisor and she said, "Oh, you failed? Well, you can't again because you'll be out of the program." The director said, "You can't fail again or you'll be out of the program," then walked away from me. The dean of nursing had no response. The dean of biology belittled me and made me feel stupid. The dean of students said that he would help me and actually gave me hope, but didn't. And then the guy who's under the president of the school said to me, "She said you were doing really good in the class. Sir, then why am I here? Why am I here? To waste time? To come here because I got a 99 instead of 100? Be so for real." This was my first semester, by the way. A lot of stress and no guidance, even when I asked for it. You're supposed to be helping your freshmen. You're supposed to want them to want to stay here and pay you and give you all of this money. You're supposed to guide them. No, you don't have to spoon feed them. No, you don't have to baby them. But as a freshman, as someone who's never been to this school and who's just starting, you should be helping them out, giving them the resources they need, even when they don't know what questions to ask. And that's where they failed me, and they failed many students that went to that school. Now, the next semester was stressful, but it wasn't as bad. My favorite class was speech. Oh my God, I love speech so much. I got to use my memory, write creatively, and speak it out with passion to a group of people. It was honestly one of the best classes I've had. And writing, and maybe another class, but I really like speech. I also took chemistry, and although the professor was very nice, the material was hard, very hard. I was proud of myself for passing because I knew some people who didn't. I was told by my advisor to do my schedule and to give it to her so she could look it over to make sure that I have all of the right classes. Note that she said that. So, unfortunately, I did that and she said everything was good, but it wasn't good at all because I didn't realize until I started to take that class the next semester, 3 weeks in, that I wasn't taking anatomy. There were some similarities. Before you come for me saying, "How did you not know?" I was just stressed out. I just wanted to pass. I felt like a failure. I felt weird for being left back because I'd never been left back. And the goal was to just pass and do better. Well, turns out I was actually taking principles of biology. So I brought it up to the director and the advisor, and all they could say was, "Why did you take that?" And "I didn't tell you to take that." When I told my advisor that I wasn't saying that she told me to take it, she still made it seem like I was accusing her and that she was offended. I knew at that moment that nothing else could mess up and no more problems could happen in the future because the people who are supposed to be guiding me with my future weren't reliable for that. I ended up taking only theater classes because that was my minor, and took anatomy during the next semester. I soon came to realize that I could have been on track with my original graduating class instead of being behind if someone would have told me that I didn't have to technically take the class during the semester that they told us to. Once I failed that class, I could have taken a different Anatomy 1 teacher the next semester and then take Anatomy 2 during the summer so I could be back on track with my graduating class. I thought we had to take it at a specific time and with a specific person. So I never thought to ask until I was in that situation where it wasn't normal. I asked my advisor if there was anything else that I could do, and not once did she give me a better solution than waiting. I asked her. It's not like I just took my defeat and said, okay, I'll try again next year. No, I asked her. I didn't want to be left back then. But she gave me no solution. But it was okay. I enjoyed that semester. I got to act and make friends with a wonderful group of people. My next semester and summer semester were all right. I passed both anatomy classes and managed to have fun and enjoy great experiences. I know you're probably thinking that my problems with this school ended there, but unfortunately, it didn't. This fall semester was very hard. I made friends, lost some, went to a gala, got accused of cheating, had a little racism situation happen to me again. This was the third situation, but we'll talk about this in another episode. And ultimately failed a class because of the professor messing up the grades and finally fixing them the day before they were due. And you know when that was? That was the week after school had ended. So we could not do anything but fail. She even told us, because I assume a whole bunch of people were emailing her, asking her what happened. She told us, you can talk to me about it next semester. Next semester? I'll be out the program next semester. What do you mean next semester? I'll have to redo this again and be left back a second time next semester. That was my final straw. I just wanted to leave. I got depressed and didn't want to set foot into school because it would only make me more depressed. But once again, I did not give up. I enrolled into a different college, registered for some classes there, and then enrolled for my last college just before the due date and before they could charge me for the classes that I was enrolled in. That might have been the best decision that I made, and I couldn't be any happier. There's less stress and more comfortability. There are so many people and otherworldly forces that want to bring you down and leave you broken. But it's up to you to fight back and never give up. I promise you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Never give up hope, because hope will become your best friend when you need it the most. Thank you for listening to my episode today. Please don't forget to email me at letstalkwithshi'nae@gmail.com to send me any questions you may have that I can answer. And like I've said before, it could become an episode on the podcast. You never know. I have a lot more stories to tell you guys. Loads and loads and loads of stories to tell you guys, and I just can't wait. I'm excited. I'm planning it, and I'm going to get it out to you on time. I promise. But yeah, don't forget to email me at letstalkwithshi'nae@gmail.com. That's LETSTALKWITHSHINAE@gmail.com. Please don't forget to rate the episode, rate the channel, and send me some questions. See you guys next Friday. Bye.